The Committee on Rules hereby convenes this meeting for the record. Today is May 14, 2025, and the time now is 2:05 p.m. The first notice of this meeting was sent to all media outlets on Wednesday, May 7, 2025, and posted on the Government of Guam portal, public notice portal that same day. A second notice was sent to all media outlets on Monday, May 12, 2025, and posted on the Government of Guam public notice portal that same day as well. Rules of engagement: the chair will recognize a member who raises their hand to make a motion. The chair will rule a member out of order if they have not been recognized by the chair. The Committee on Rules Director, Ms. Cameron Nelson, will now call the roll of members.
Chairperson Vice Speaker Ada. Vice Chairperson Senator Dueñas. Speaker Blas. Senator Salas Matanani. Present. Senator Borja. Present. Senator Calvo. Present. Senator Gumatao.
Present.
Senator Lujan. Senator Taitigui. Senator Muñoz Barnes. Senator San Augustine. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Director. Just for your, we also have one of our members that is online, virtual, so he's listening into the our meeting here. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
So moved.
Any objections? There being none. Colleagues, the Committee on Rules minute meeting can be found on the Google Drive folder dated May 14, 2025, labeled Item 3, approval of the 38th Guam Legislature Committee on Rules meeting minutes. The chair will recognize Senator Sabrina Salas Matanani on a motion to approve the Committee on Rules meeting minutes for the March 13, 2025 meeting. Senator Salas Matanani.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the core meeting minutes for the March 13th, 2025 meeting subject to corrections.
There's a motion. Any objections?
No objection.
Hearing and seeing no objections, so moved. We will now move on to item number 4 on the Committee on Rules agenda. I will recognize our Legislative Secretary, Senator Sabrina Salas Matanani, who has prepared the document tracking. And again, colleagues, these documents are available in the Google Committee on Rules meeting drive dated May 14, 2025.
Hafa adai, Mr. Chair and colleagues. Here is the Legislative Secretary's report to date. As for appointments, currently there are 33 appointments. Of the 33, 25 are pending, while 8 have been confirmed by the 38th Guam Legislature. As for zone changes and rules and regulations, there are 4 zone changes. There are 2 rules and regulations, which both have had a public hearing. The complete details are available in the Google Drive folder. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and colleagues.
Thank you, Senator Sabrina Salas Matanani. We will now move to the next item on the agenda, sub-item B, ratification of re-referrals. Colleagues, these documents can be found again in the Google Drive folder labeled 04B, Legislative Item Logs. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of Bill number 67-38 COR through 9538 COR?
Second.
So move 97-38 LS, 97-38 LS, and 99-38 COR through 103-38 COR.
So moved.
No. 105-38 COR through 110-38 COR. 118-38 COR through 121-38 COR and 123-COR through 130-38 COR.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of resolution number 26-38 COR?
Second.
Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of appointments? Senator Sabrina Salas Matanani, you're recognized.
I'd like to make a motion
To ratify.
ratify the appointments.
Yeah.
as listed.
Any objections?
No objection.
So moved. Thank you. We'll now move to the items cleared for consideration on the session agenda. I'll go ahead and go by our committee chairs, and then Legislative Secretary Sabrina Salas-Montanon, you want to start off first with any of your bills that you would like to, in your committee, that you would like to move forward?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to place Bill number 1338 COR as amended by the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs onto the session agenda. Bill 13 was introduced by Senator Therese Terlahi. It is an act to add a new chapter 98 to Division 4, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing a public-private partnership for Guam's public hospital.
There's a motion to move Bill 13-38. Any objections? No objections. Hearing and seeing none, so moved.
I move to place Bill number 9538 COR as amended by the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs on the second reading file, or onto the session agenda. Bill 95 was introduced by Senator Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes. It is an act to amend subsection 25101A of Chapter 25, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, and subsection 2402C of Chapter 2, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, and to add a new subsection 2402.1 to Chapter 2 of Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to allowing child care facilities to operate as intergenerational daycare centers.
There's a motion to move 95-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs. Any objections?
No objections.
Hearing and seeing no objections, so moved.
I move to place Bill number 89-38 COR is introduced on the session agenda. Bill 8938 COR was introduced by Senator Sabina Flores-Perez. It is an act to add a new chapter 40A to Division 2, Title 10, Guam Code Annotative, relative to clarifying protections from liability for food donations.
There's a motion to move 8938 COR. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
I move to place Bill number 11838 COR as substituted by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations to session agenda. Bill 11838 is entitled an act to add a new subsection 26203.4, subsection 58.128.8 to Chapter 58, Title 12 of the Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing a business privilege tax rebate on Medicaid receipts to be known as the Guam Medicaid Access Enhancement Act.
Any objections? No objections, so moved.
I have one more.
Yeah, one more.
I move to place the nomination of Krista L. Blankenship to serve.
We'll go ahead and we'll do all nominations after all
Okay.
our bills first. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry
Mr.
about
Chair.
that. Senator Vinzora, do you have any bills that you would like to move forward? Nothing on behalf of you? Okay.
We don't have
You don't
any,
have,
right?
okay, thank you. Senator Shelley Calvo, do you have any bills that you would like to move forward in your committee?
Yes, sir. Si Jusmasi, sir. I move to place on the session agenda Bill number 23-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Elections, and Retirement, introduced by myself, Senator Shelley V. Calvo, an act to add a new article to Chapter 33, Title 15 of Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Uniform Real Property Transfer on Death Act. Status for the bill, 2338. Committee report has been filed with COR and posted and available on the website.
Thank you, Senator Calvo. That's in Senator Talatayugi's committee. She'll move that forward. That's just the bills that are within your committee, your committee of jurisdiction that you would like to move forward. That's ready.
Ready. I move to place in the agenda sorry, where is that? Bill number 129, 38 COR is amended of the Committee on the Arts, Culture, Historic Preservation, and Agana Restoration, introduced by myself, Senator Shelley V. Calvo, an act to add a new section 1041 to the Chapter 10, Title 1, Guam Code, annotated relative to establishing February 21 of each year as Haanan Hilanana Mother Language Day. Status for Bill 129 Committee Report has been filed with COR and available on the website.
There's a motion to move Bill 129-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Child Welfare, Youth Affairs, Senior Citizens, Women Affairs, Disability Service, the Arts, Culture, Historic Preservation, and Hagåtña Restoration. Any objections? No objections. So moved.
I move to... Mr. Chair, thank you again. I move to place on the session agenda Bill number 130-38 COR as amended by the Committee on the Arts, Culture, Historic Preservation, and Agana Restoration, introduced by myself, Senator Shelley V. Calvo, an act to amend subsection 1000A and sections 1025 and 1037 of Chapter 10, Title 1, Guam Code, annotated, and to amend the title and Section 88103 of Chapter 88, Title 5, Guam Code, annotated, relative to adopting Chamorro orthography for official holidays and to updating the Enabling Act of Ikomisyon Ifino Chamorro Dyan Ifinanaguen Historia Dyan Inilalay I Tautautano. Status for Bill 130 Committee Report has been filed and approved at the core.
No objections. So moved.
Viva Chamorro.
Senator Taitigui.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Thank you so much for the opportunity to place these bills on the legislative agenda for the next session. And the first bill I'd like to place on the agenda, Mr. Chair, is, let me go to the top, is Bill 50-38, as amended on the Committee of Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement, introduced by Chris Barnett, an act to add a new 4108.1 to Chapter 4, Title 4, Guam Code annotated, relative to temporary employment of Government of Guam retired employees.
A motion to move Bill 50-38 COR. Any objections? No objections. So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next is Bill number 53-38 COR, introduced by myself, an act to repeal 9107 of Chapter 9, Title 3, Guam Code annotated, relative to safeguarding the privacy and registered voters, to be cited as the Voter Privacy Protection Act of 2025.
A motion to move Bill 53-38 COR. Any objections? No objections. So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Bill number 54-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Affairs, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement, which is introduced by myself, which is an act to amend 1117 and add 1124 of Chapter 1, Title 3, and amended to Section 3105 and 3110 of Chapter 3, Title 3, and amended Section 14105 of Chapter 14, Title 3, Guam Code annotated, relative to updating Guam's election laws and improving voter registration, election procedures, and ballot handling onto the session agenda.
There's a motion to move Bill 54-38 COR as amended by the committee. Any objections? No objections.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Now for Bill number 55-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement, introduced by myself, which is an act to repeal and reenact 17116 of Chapter 17, Title 3, Guam Code annotated, relative to clarifying reporting requirements and establishing a quarterly reporting system for the Guam election campaign finances onto the session agenda.
There's a motion to move Bill 55-38 COR as amended. Any objections? No objections. So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, I'd also like to place on this session agenda is Bill number 20-38 COR, which is introduced by myself and Senator Paris, which is an act to amend 58109 and 58110 of Chapter 58 and to repeal Chapter 58B of Division 3, Title 10, Guam Code annotated, as enacted by Public Law 37-47. Oh, Mr. Chair, I just realized this is not under my committee. It's under Public Safety. I apologize for that, and we'll allow, the Committee on Public Safety to introduce that,
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
Thank you, Senator. No problem.
Okay. So the next one is Bill 23-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement. And this bill is introduced by Senator Shelley V. Calvo, which is an act to add a new Article 4 to Chapter 33, Title 15 of the Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Uniformed Real Property Transfer on Death Act, and to adopt a standardized form for the transfer on death deed.
There's a motion to move Bill 23-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next bill is Bill number 75-38 COR, and this is introduced by Senator Frank Blas Jr., and it's under the Committee of Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement. And this legislation is an act and is amended by the committee. It's an act to amend 3101B of Chapter 3, Title 16, Guam Code Annotated, relative to exempting non-resident active duty service members and their dependents from driver's license requirements.
There's a motion to move Bill 75-38 COR as amended by the committee. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
The next bill, Mr. Chair, is Bill number 80-38 COR, introduced by yourself, the Vice Speaker, Anthony Atta, which is an act. It hasn't been amended in my committee. However, it's an act to amend 3101 and 3103 of Article 1 and 3109, 3111, 3113, 3115, 3117, 3119, 3121, 3123, and 3125 of Article Chapter 31, Title 15, Guam Code Annotated, relative to increasing the threshold of estates of small value by 50%.
There's a motion to move Bill 80-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Bill number 88-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement. This bill is introduced by myself, Senator Paris, Senator Shalahi, Senator Barnett, Senator Shelley Calvo, v. Anthony Atta, which is an act to repeal and reenact Chapter 25, Title 16, Guam Code Annotated, relative to assessing the taxation of vehicle title transfers on the bill of sale only and streamlining vehicle ownership transfer.
There's a motion to move Bill 88-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
Mr. Chair, if I can take just 1 second or 5-second recess.
Okay, we'll have a 1-minute recess. Okay, we're back from recess.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And the last bill, Mr. Chair, is Bill number 33-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement. And this bill was introduced by V. Anthony Atta, Senator Chris Duenas, Speaker Frank Blas Jr., Will Parkinson, Joe San Augustine, Jesse Lujan, Chris Barnett, Sabina Perez, Sabina Mantanani, Tina Rose Mooney Barnes, and Shelley Calvo. It's an act to amend 25.5A2, 25.20A2, and 25.010 of Chapter 25, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, relative to expansion of the elements of the first and second degree criminal sexual conduct.
There's a motion to move Bill 33-38 COR as amended by the committee. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have exhausted my list. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. We're going to take a 1-minute recess. Committee on Rules is called back to order now. Senator Taitigui, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I apologize.
problem.
I do have one more bill. I know it's quite a lengthy list. But the next bill I'd like to proffer to go on the session agenda is Bill number 18-38, COR. And this bill is introduced by Senator Flores, Sabina Paris, myself, Senator Therese Chalahi, Senator Chris Barnett. It's an act to add 5707A of Article 12, Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to procedures for judicial review of decisions made by the public auditor in procurement appeals.
There's a motion to move Bill 18-38 COR. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so move.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've exhausted now, for sure.
Okay,
This
thank
time,
you,
really,
Senator.
not kidding. Okay.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and go to the monitor for Senator Shango Matata. He would like to move his bills. Senator Goodwin Taltal, you're recognized.
Yes, Hafa Day and aloha, Mr. Chair. I motion to add Bill 27-38 as amended by the Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Management, and the Guam National Guard. It is sponsored by William A. Parkinson. It's an act to amend sections 60102 and 60103 of Chapter 60, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to removing the restrictions on ownership of suppressors and silencers, and to be known as the Hearing Protection Act of 2025.
Thank you, Senator. Just for clarification, so it is an act to amend sections 60100, 60102, 60103, 60106, 60108B5, 60111, 60114B, and 60118 of Chapter 60, Title 10, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Yes, that is correct. I was looking at another version. Apologize about that.
Thank you. So there's a motion to move bill number 27-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Hearing and seeing no objections, so moved. You're recognized, Senator.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Stand by 1 second, please. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I motion to add to the session agenda Bill 66-38 as amended by the Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Management, and National Guard, an act to add a new section 65121 to Division 3, Chapter 65, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to codifying the Guam Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan and requiring an annual review and exercise of the plan as authored by Speaker Frank Blas Jr.
There's a motion to move bill number 66-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Hearing and seeing no objections, so moved. Senator, you continue to be recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have one more to add to the session agenda. Mr. Chair, I motion to add to the session agenda Bill 20-38 as amended by the Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Management, and the Guam National Guard. An act to amend sections 58109 and 58110 of Chapter 58 and to repeal Chapter 58B of Division 3, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, as enacted by Public Law 37-47. That is introduced by Senator Talatadegui.
There's a motion to move bill number 20-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Seeing and hearing no objections, so moved. Thank you, Senator. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm all done on my end. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Senator. Legislative Secretary, Senator Sabrina Salas-Martinez, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to place on session agenda Bill number 78-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs, introduced by Senator Shelley V. Calvo. It is an act to amend subsection 2701, 2702, and 2703, and to add a new subsection 2707, all of Article 7, Chapter 2, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to implementing the Restaurant Meals Program under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and to cite this act as the Meals for At-Risk Households Act of 2025.
There's a motion to move bill number 78-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? No objections, so moved. Thank you, Senator. Senator Sabrina Salas-Martinez, you're recognized to move Senator Jesse Lujan's bills on his committee. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
Mr. Chair. I move to place on session agenda Bill number 67-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Transportation, Tourism, Customs, Utilities, and Federal and Foreign Affairs, introduced by Senator Jesse A. Lujan, Christopher Duenas, V. Anthony Ada, Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, Vince Borja, Speaker Frank Blas Jr., myself, William A. Parkinson, Joe S. N. Augustine, Euloyo Sean Gumatautau. It is an act to repeal and reenact subsection 1203.1 of Article 2, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to providing authority to the Antonio B. Wonpat International Airport Authority, Guam, to adopt policies and procedures for the solicitation, selection, and award of agreements between the authority and any other party for the use of airport facilities and properties for airport purposes and/or visitor-related activities.
There's a motion to move Bill number 67-38 COR as amended by the committee. Are there any objections? No objections, so moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to place on the session agenda Bill number 121-38 COR, introduced by Senator Jesse A. Lujan, co-sponsored by Senator Chris Duenas, Vince Borja, Vice Speaker Tony Ada, Senator Shelley Calvo, Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, myself, as well as Joe S. N. Augustine, and Euloyo Sean Gumatautau, as well as Speaker Frank Blas Jr. It is an act to amend subsection 54B102 of Chapter 54B, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to allowing for further exemptions of the Choose to Reuse Mga Maadsaki Plastic Act of 2018.
There's a motion to move Bill number 121-38 COR. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
Mr. Chair, I move to place on session agenda Bill number 59-38 COR, introduced by Senator Chris Duenas, Vice Speaker Tony Ada, Speaker Frank Blas Jr., Senator Jesse Lujan, Senator Vince Borja, Senator Euloyo Sean Gumatautau, Joe S. N. Augustine, and myself. It is an act to add a new subsection 26110.2 to Chapter 26, Division 2 of Title 11 Guam Code Annotated, relative to requiring the itemization of business privilege tax on all sales receipts, invoices, and other documentation provided to customers, and to establish penalties for noncompliance, to be known as the Business Privilege Tax Transparency Act of 2025.
There's a motion to move Bill 59-38 COR. Any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
1 minute recess. Okay, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have one more bill to add. I'd like to add Bill number 10938 COR, introduced by Senator Jesse Lujan, co-sponsored by Senator Chris Duenas and Vice Speaker Tony Ada. It is an act to authorize the Port Authority of Guam to grant a dollar-for-dollar offset against lease payments for tenants who invest in tangible, documented improvements to port property that provide high value to the community or enhance port operations, and to establish a streamlined process for implementation.
There's a motion to move Bill 109-38 COR. Any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so move. Thank you. So we cleared Senator Jesse Lujan's committee and the Senator Duenas' committee as well?
Yes, I believe so.
Thank you. Senator Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, you're recognized.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to move Bills 6-38 COR as amended by your committee, Vice Speaker, Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks and Infrastructure. This bill is introduced by Senator Joe S. San Augustine, an act to transfer lots number 10063-RAMPTN-1 Municipality of Dededo to Special Olympics Guam for the establishment of their administrative office and training facilities in support of Guam Special Olympics athletes and program. On to the session agenda.
There's a motion to move Bill number 6-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so moved. Senator Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair, Vice Speaker, Bill number 83-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Lands, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks and Infrastructure. This bill is introduced by you, Vice Speaker V. Anthony Atta, Senator Sabina Paris, which is an act to amend Section 1203.1 of Article 2, Chapter 1, Title 5, Guam Code annotated, and Section 45112 of Article 1, Chapter 45, Title 10, Guam Code annotated. And this is relative to allowing the Bureau of Statistics and Plans, Guam Coastal Management Program, and the Guam Environmental Protection Agency to employ an environmental law attorneys for their exclusive use. Onto the agenda, sir.
There's a motion to move Bill 83-38 COR as amended by the committee. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
Hold on.
Senator Munoz-Barnes, you're still recognized. Do you have any other bills?
Is this, did you move 118 already?
No, not yet. Did you move 118? Yeah, 118?
Did you move 118?
No, he didn't.
No, that's good.
Did you move 118? Thank you, Senator Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes. Okay, we're going to go down for the nominations for session agenda consideration. We'll go ahead and start with you, Legislative Secretary. The appointments. Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Sabrina Salas-Metanay.
I'd like to move the following appointments to session agenda. The appointment of Krista L. Blankenship to serve as a member of the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority Board of Trustees as the medical community representative.
There's a motion to move Krista L. Blankenship to serve as a member of the Guam Memorial Hospital Board of Trustees. Any objections? No objections, so moved.
I'd like to move the appointment of Ho S. Yun to serve as a member of the Guam Visitors Bureau Board of Directors.
There's a motion to move Mr. Ho S. Yun to serve as a member of the Guam Visitors Bureau Board of Directors. Any objections? No objections. So ordered.
I'd like to move the appointment of Mark B.C. Mendiola to serve as a member of the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors.
Appointment to move Mark B.C. Mendiola to serve as a member of the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so move.
I'd like to move the appointment of Conchita S.N. Taitano to serve as a member of the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors to the session agenda.
There's a motion to move Conchita S.N. Taitano to the member of the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors. Any objections? Seeing, hearing none, so moved. That's all you? Okay, thank you. Senator Borja, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to add the appointment of Ms. Dolores Lily C. Berdalio, DBA, to serve as a member of the Guam Commission for Education Certification to the session agenda.
There's a motion to move Dolores Lily C. Berdalio, DBA, to serve as a member of the Guam Commission for Educator Certification. Any objections?
No objections.
No, seeing, hearing none, so moved.
Do you want this for preservation review? That's yours, right?
Yeah. Well, Senator Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Vice Speaker, for the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board, Mr. Marvin Q. Aguilar to serve as member, the planning alternate representative to the agenda, please.
There's a motion to move Mr. Marvin Q. Aguilar as a member alternate to the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
Mr. Chair, also as a member for the planning alternate representative to the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board, it is Nicole A. Calvo. To the agenda, please.
There's a motion to move Nicole A. Calvo, member to the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
And then, Mr. Chair, the appointment of Mr. Stephen P. Carbolito to serve as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors.
There's a motion to move Mr. Stephen P. Carbolito to serve as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved.
Mr. Chair, there's one more, if I may. For the appointment of Heather M. Kidigwa, PC, to serve as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors.
There's a motion to move Ms. Heather M. Kidigwa, PC, to serve as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors. Any objections? Hearing seeing none, so moved. Yeah, but we'll just say, yeah, okay. Yeah. Does the chair hear a motion to adopt the session agenda? Hearing, seeing no objection, so moved. Extension of remarks. Speaker,
Chair.
you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. The way the session is going to run is that while there are, how many bills do we have? 26? Okay. The way we're going to do this is by numerical order. I'm going to allow you, basically everybody is going to have an opportunity to have a bill on the floor that has a bill. Your bill, not from your committee. Your first bill, I'm going to allow you to prioritize which bill you want to be heard, okay, in the order. Then the other bills, they will be heard in numerical order after all your priority bills have been placed on the agenda. Okay? This gives an opportunity to ensure that your bill, your priority bill, will be heard in this. If there is time, then we will get to the other bills in numerical order. In numerical order. So what it will provide you to do is less conversation, more bills. All right? Those conversations should have occurred in the committees. And it was up to you to decide as to whether or not your bill was ready to go. So that is in order to be able to accommodate this and to keep the session within that 1 week time frame, recognizing that the clerks and the staff need the time to engross the bill before voting. We intend to vote on all bills by Friday at 4 o'clock. Okay? Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, would that be in motion form by the Speaker?
And it's actually, that's going to be it's not so much a motion, that's going to be the act of the speaker.
So
The order of the
rules
speaker.
engagement.
Fourth
Okay.
session. Fourth session, yes. Thank you. Senator Tajigui.
Just for the sake of those listening who are not senators who are not part of this committee, in the event there is a senator that does not have a bill, and they yield their slot to another senator? And it's only one.
At the end of all the senators that do have, okay, those senators that do not have bills, you can ask them for that.
To
okay?
yield their time. And only one, not two?
One.
Okay, I tried.
Okay? Only one.
Thank you, Senator Tajigui. Senator Tina Rose Munya Barnes. You're recognized.
Si Jules Masi, Mr. Chair. Vice Speaker, I just want to share with you that yesterday there was a bill that was heard, Bill number 49-38 COR, and colleagues. I know we just had this hearing yesterday, but as we all know, from that hearing, regarding the burial plots in Antigua, there are only 8 burial plots left at Antigua Cemetery. So given this situation, I don't believe we should wait until our July session to consider Bill number 49-38 COR. So I just wanted to inform the committee that there is a strong chance that I will be making a motion, notwithstanding our rules, to add Bill number 49-38 on the session agenda so we can try our best to not turn any grieving families away, to not force Parks and Recreation to close the cemetery to new burials. So, Mr. Chair, I bring that up as a notice and as a notice of information based on the criticalness and the need for this Antigua Cemetery, which is the only government cemetery on the island of Guam, to remain open. And like I said, working closely with the Oversight Committee, Mr. Chair, that this bill may need its criticalness to get on based on the information we are ascertaining with Parks and Recs, Public Works, and other inquiries that were asked yesterday. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair?
Just note
Thank
for
you,
the-
Senator Tina Rose Munya Barnes. So noted.
Along those lines and concerns, the basic concerns, I recognize the concerns. For the sake of one, keeping within the rules, but also recognizing the urgency of it, okay, I would prefer that the bill get it thoroughly vetted, properly, everything be taken care of. Don't rush it. If it doesn't make it here, I will send me the letter and I will call for an emergency session to address it, because it is a exigent circumstance, but it requires thoroughness in it, okay?
Duly noted, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity to at least share the concern with the body. Sinamasi.
Mr. Chair.
Senator Tajigui.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since we are divulging an information that's dealing with a bill that we're screaming, we're crying wolf here. I mean, I do understand the urgency of this particular bill on the cemetery, but it was clear they do not have a plan, and it's clear that they don't need to take this property under their possession in order to move forward to provide a plan and to be able to open new lots. This is all funding. This all has to do with funding. That's what they need. That's what Parks and Rec was asking for, because they can still do it, but they need the funding. So, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to make sure if everyone's talking about this particular one, saying that, okay, we need this bill to pass so they can get more lots, it's not true. They need funding to do it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tajigui. Any other member would like to give extension of remarks? 1-minute recess. Stand by. Senator Taitigui, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I would like to move on to the session agenda bill number 28-38 COR, introduced by Senator Perez and yourself, Senator V. Anthony Ada. And this is an act, Mr. Chair, that to amend 28112C of Chapter 28, Title 11 Guam Code Annotated relative to increasing the Guam Environmental Protection Agency's compliance and enforcement capacity to protect the health of our environment and people. This is under your committee, Mr. Chair, and I'd like to motion to move it on the session agenda.
There's a motion to move bill number 28-38 COR. Any objections?
I don't have objection, Mr. Chairman, but we need to make a motion also to add it to the session
Yes,
agenda
yes,
because that's already
yeah.
been sealed.
Okay, so
Can I go ahead and add that?
I did say at the very end, I motioned to add it to the session agenda.
thank you, Senator. No objections? So
Thank
moved.
you.
So we'll go ahead and so we're going to do a motion to update the session agenda as we added bill number 28-38 COR. So move. Yeah, but the committee reports is not done. They didn't do the committee.
That's why I said it was about to. But if the report's not in, yeah, that's why I'm saying. So he said he was going to work it.
Does the chair hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
No objections?
No objection.
We are adjourned, and the time now is 3:00 p.m. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.